President Zelensky is flying into Florida today for a high-stakes meeting with President Trump at Mar-a-Lago, carrying a nearly complete 20-point peace plan for Ukraine that could finally end nearly 4 years of war, or ignite even more violence. But just hours before touchdown, Russia unleashed one of its largest drone and missile barrages yet on Kyiv, killing at least 2 and knocking out power for over 1 million people. And Vladimir Putin chose this exact moment to warn that if diplomacy fails, Russia will crush Ukraine's resistance by force. In this video, this channel breaks down the details of the Trump-Zelensky summit, what's actually in that 20-point plan, why Russia is bombing harder than ever right now, and what Putin's threats mean for 2026. Stay until the end, because the outcome of this meeting could redraw Europe's map and test President Trump's promise to end the war on day one. Picture this. It's December 28th, 2025. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky lands in Palm Beach, Florida, after stops in Canada, carrying a revised peace proposal that's now down to 20 key points from an original 28. He's meeting President Donald Trump at the iconic Mar-a-Lago resort, not as a campaign stop, but as a potential turning point in a war that's killed hundreds of thousands and reshaped global alliances. Zelensky called the plan 90% ready this week, telling reporters it includes freezing the current front lines, meaning Ukraine might accept today's battlefield reality instead of demanding a full Russian withdrawal. In a major shift, Kyiv has dropped its insistence on NATO membership as a precondition and is open to territorial compromises, including pulling troops from parts of the eastern Donbas industrial heartland to create a demilitarized zone monitored by international forces. But here's the catch. Any border changes require a Ukrainian public referendum under the Constitution. So Zelensky would need to sell painful concessions to his war-weary people. Trump's team has pushed creative ideas like an economic free zone in Russian-held eastern Ukraine to sweeten the deal, while demanding ironclad US and European security guarantees for the day after ceasefire. Zelensky insists these guarantees are non-negotiable. Without them, any freeze is just a pause before Putin attacks again. This isn't casual diplomacy. Both leaders see a narrow window before Russia's winter offensive ramps up and US politics complicate aid flows. If you thought Russia wanted peace, consider the timing. Just as Zelensky headed to Florida, Moscow launched one of its biggest air assaults yet. Nearly 500 drones and 40 missiles slammed into Ukraine overnight Saturday into Sunday. Kyiv saw chaos, 2 dead, 46 injured, including children, and over 1 million homes blacked out after strikes hit energy infrastructure. Ukraine's Air Force downed or jammed 30 of 48 drones, but 18 still hit targets across 9 regions. Zelensky called it proof Russia wants war, not peace, noting the attacks crippled power grids just as winter deepens. DTEK, Ukraine's largest private energy firm, reported massive outages in the capital region. This wasn't random. It capped a brutal week with 1,810 drones and missiles fired, the most intense bombardment since the war's early days. Russia's defense ministry bragged about capturing towns like Mirnorod, Rodinske, and Artemivka in Donetsk, plus Stepnohirsk in Zaporizhia. Ukraine disputes some claims, but admits heavy fighting. Why now? Analysts say it's pressure. Show strength before talks, disrupt Ukraine's energy ahead of winter, and signal to Trump that Putin won't fold easily. Ukraine hit back with its own drones deep into Russia, downing 25 per Moscow's reports. While drones rained on Kyiv, Putin spoke from Moscow with chilling clarity. If Kyiv doesn't want peace, "We'll achieve all our goals by military means," he declared, echoing warnings from earlier this year. Addressing military officers, Putin said Ukraine's leaders aren't hurrying to negotiate, so Russia prefers diplomacy but is fully ready for force. This fits Putin's playbook: escalate militarily while talking peace to divide the West. He's rejected freezing lines without major Ukrainian concessions like neutrality and demilitarization, terms Zelensky calls surrender. Russian gains continue. Geolocated footage shows advances near key Donetsk towns, though Ukraine repelled some assaults. Putin's calculus? Trump's election signaled possible U.S. fatigue with aid, giving Moscow leverage. But he knows a Trump-Zelensky deal could lock in Russian gains without full victory, or force a ceasefire on unfavorable terms. What's actually on the table? The framework evolved from a U.S.-drafted 28 points in November, now streamlined to 20 after weeks of intensive talks. Frontline freeze. No major troop movements monitored internationally. No full Russian retreat, but no advances either. Demilitarized zones. Ukraine pulls back from contested eastern areas. International peacekeepers, not NATO, supervise. Economic incentives. U.S.-backed free zone in Donbas for rebuilding. Shared resource access. Security guarantees. Legally binding U.S.-EU promises to defend Ukraine if Russia violates, stronger than Budapest Memorandum. No NATO for now. Dropped as precondition. Future membership TBD after stability. Referendum clause. Any territory swaps go to Ukrainian voters. Zelensky admits unfavorable parts, but says they're worth it for peace and protection. Trump sees a legacy win, ending Europe's biggest war since World War II on his watch. Critics warn it codifies Russian land grabs without justice for atrocities. President Trump promised to end the war in 24 hours. Now he's delivering, personally hosting Zelensky days after taking office. His approach? Pragmatic deal-making over ideology. No blank checks for Kyiv, but no abandonment either. Florida timing matters. Mar-a-Lago's opulence contrasts war's grimness, signaling Trump's style, businesslike, transactional. He's already met Putin allies and pushed economic carrots alongside sticks. Success means no bell whispers. Failure hands ammunition to hawks wanting endless proxy war. Europe watches nervously. Zelensky plans follow-up calls with EU leaders. If Trump brokers a deal, it resets NATO dynamics and tests Article 5 credibility. 4 paths emerge from Mar-a-Lago. Breakthrough. Deal signed by New Year's. Frontline freezes. Aid shifts to reconstruction. Putin claims victory. Zelensky hails survival. Risk. Violations spark round 2. Stalemate. Outline agreed. Details drag into 2026. Russia keeps pounding energy. Ukraine holds with drones. Trump pressures both sides. Collapse. Putin rejects terms. Zelensky balks at referendum. Attacks intensify. U.S. aid debates rage. Escalation. No deal, Putin's promised offensive. Ukraine's drones hit deeper into Russia. NATO tensions spike. Watch Zelensky's post-meeting statement. It'll signal progress or deadlock. Battlefield updates from Donetsk will show if Russia pauses attacks. Today in Florida, 2 wartime leaders face off over Ukraine's fate. Zelensky, with a 90% ready peace plan, Trump with deal-making clout, Putin with drones overhead and threats on the table. Russia's barrage killed 2 in Kyiv this morning. Putin vows force if talks fail. Will Mar-a-Lago yield Europe's map for 2026, or just more missiles? Zelensky seeks guarantees, Trump seeks legacy, Putin seeks land. The world watches. This channel will track every development.